that is I Am Chosen. Please listen to me very carefully. The things of the Spirit are so precious before the Lord. Everything you see in the world, because we're in the digital age, it is being operated by the Spirit of the new age. It's one of the litmus tests that you must always apply every time you see anything that catches your attention. You must always ask yourself these two questions. What is in it for God? Or what is in it for the devil? As believers, we sometimes get trapped and ensnared subconsciously, but as a spiritual person, you have to be discerning by the Spirit. Every single time you see things that is flying up in the air, particularly in a generation, in a time where it's like there are layers of recurrent things that seems to create a dent to the body, you must step back a little bit sometimes and ask yourself a question. As a spiritual person who is a member of the body of Christ, the army of God on the earth, you must throw out the litmus test to ask yourself, what is in it for God and what is in it for the devil? Just assume you are the devil. You are not. But assume you are the devil in the new age. What other options do you think you would have to discredit the power and the wisdom and the possibilities of God, if not to layer that power and the wisdom of God in mere jokes? And the danger of this thing that many people do not know, as easy and as funny as some of these things are, it is gradually breaking the fabric of the supernatural consciousness in a generation. And then you have lots of people who create memes out of it. People laugh about it. You can argue logically about some of those testimonies, but if you listen to the archive of that church's testimony, I can bet you that that's not the only kind of testimonies you find there. But don't you think that sometimes if the devil wants to derail a generation and consciously make light his power, it would create things that seems good, give you trend to laugh about it, but ultimately dissociate your soul from possibilities in your life, to the point that when you now require that supernatural, you no longer have faith for it because you have cancelled it somewhere in your subconscious. You have to guard your heart with all diligence. As a spiritual person, you have to be so sensitive. If you look at it very carefully and you see that what is in it for God looks like what is in it for the devil is more, walk away from it. The generation is getting to a place where the supernatural no longer matters to them, because every miracle now would now require investigation, even true miracles. And that's why people get healed, massive testimonies, but when you listen very close, there's still an iota of doubt in your heart, but yet you call yourself a believer. It's somewhere in your subconscious there is a doubt that I think they are faking it. It might not truly be so. And when it becomes a trend, it's a buzz for a generation. The bandwagon jumps on it. Your close colleagues jumps on it. Everybody jumps on it. One of the things we must do in our generation is that we must contend earnestly, deeply for the faith. Either you know it or not, we are in battle. But the weapon of our warfare are not carnal. And many times we might be fighting carnal battles, not knowing that we are in a spiritual warfare. You see it as just laughs and jokes, but hidden in the agenda of the devil is something more disastrous than what we are all laughing about. Just discredit the supernatural and let everybody make light of the supernatural. The devil doesn't have to come with big horns anymore and say, now I want to discredit the supernatural. You know, he doesn't have to do that now. He's advanced in technology. The same way